Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, so we got something happening which I don't think has ever happened before in my 5 years of playing Raid. And I'm not saying we've never had summoning events back to back, because obviously we do. We have it a lot. The whole last week was summoning events. But we've currently got something coming up on Tuesday. How long is this lasting for? Tuesday for 48 hours. And there was going to be a 2x chance to get legendaries from Void Shards, whilst also having a 10x chance on Odin. Now, obviously Odin currently, I don't think he's even possible to be pulled at this moment in time. Odin. So Odin is not in the pool right now, but he's going to be thrown in on a 2x with a 10x chance for him as well. It's pretty significant. Now, obviously, you've got choices to make because we've got the Thor fusion coming up. I don't have any details yet on his numbers, but you know, some people don't want to go for him. Some people are not. Some people are saying, look, he's just a nuker. He is, but people haven't played the game for that long, might want that big nuker. So fourth fusion is coming up, and that's going to take some shards. We also know there's going to be a Freya event coming up as well, which is very, very likely to be shard based. She's got a couple of little bugs at the minute, but obviously they will iron those out. And then at that point, she's incredibly strong. So that's going to need shards, right? So you've then got to make those decisions around whether you want to chance your luck in Void Shards on an Odin. But I don't think we're going to get a better chance to get him than the chance that's coming up right now, albeit it's still, you know, a relatively slim chance. I will say a 10x on Voids is not as bad as it is on normal legendaries, because most factions have got, you know, like 4 to 5 Void champions. Is that right nowadays? Still kind of right. So if you take 4 or 5, let's say 5 per faction, and we've got, what, 13 factions? So not 13, no, 15 factions. 15 factions. So there's about 75 Void champions in the pool. I think that's about right. And in terms of legendaries, and then you've got a 10x chance of it being Odin, which basically means it's the equivalent of, like, if you had a little pinball machine or gumball machine is probably what I'm trying to say, and you threw another 9 Odins into that gumball machine, pulled them all up, and it's like, are you going to get your Odin or not? That's kind of the way it works. So I don't know, is it worth the pull? Now, we've played against Odin for the last week or so, and we could see how kind of like busted he is to play against as the enemy, especially if we don't have those kind of like crazy champs. He's got this amazing skill here, which is an AoE, cleanses all of the buffs from the enemies. It's on a 3 turn. And then if booked out, 100% chance of putting drop defense, making people vulnerable, and stuns them as well. Cool thing about stun is it doesn't reduce the damage from your incoming attackers like freeze does. So stun's the better debuff. And the enemies don't have their abilities cooling down whilst they're being stunned. So double reason why stun is actually very good. Now, there's a very good chance of being polymorphed if you're talking arena for this ability. All of this has got a chance, and all of this has got a chance. Pretty much, if you're up against someone with polymorph at any sort of level, this dude is going to be a sheep. Okay, so that's worth noting, but still, this skill is like, it's just one of the craziest skills in the game. If polymorph didn't exist, crikey, this would literally be like the craziest skill in the game. Maybe let me rephrase. If polymorph and stone skin didn't exist, but you have got a chance of removing the stone skin here. What else we got going on? A1 attacks one enemy 50%, boosts to 75% chance of putting berserk out. Does it tell us berserk on here yet? Have they updated this? Pretty sure you do more damage. Increases the damage inflicted and received by 50%. Yeah. Once you put this on someone, they're going to take more damage, but they're also going to do more damage. It's a bit of a wonky one, but cannot be put on bosses, so I guess that's not too bad. It's more like a PvP skill. And then we've got the A3, Guardian Judgment. So it books to a 3 turn, attacks an enemy, before attacking, steals all their buffs. The damage inflicted by the steal depends on the target's type. So will inflict damage based on the target's attack, or will inflict damage based on the target's defense, depending on what type of character they are, or if they're HP based or support, will inflict damage based on the target's max HP. The attack will ignore 100% of the target's defense, so defense is irrelevant here. And if the target was killed, revive someone on your team with half health, half turn meter as well. This is a pretty cool skill, honestly. Like if Odin starts attacking me during the boss fight, this skill is the one that always throws me off. So again, very good for like live arena or general arena attacks. And then we've got this passive, which probably is the most broken thing about this guy. Every 9 turns, irrelevant of who's taking the turns, you, the enemy, whatever, places block damage on this champion and then spreads it across the team. So it applies a 1-turn spread, taking all buffs from this champion and placing them on all allies. So this is kind of busted, honestly. Like, in terms of PvE, it's going to be totally broken, but for PvP, it's going to be so annoying. It's already annoying when we fight him in the boss fight because he gets the block damage out, and if he starts to cycle between Storm of Familiars and this skill, it's kind of a loss, right? So, yeah, Odin is pretty damn annoying to play against. We've got Void Champion, speed growth by 40%. I mean, do I think he's going to go into the meta? I think he could. It's hard to say because Stone Skin's such a big thing, but then people are finding different ways to deal with Stone Skin nowadays. I definitely feel like at least in 3v3 and sieges, he will get a decent amount of playtime. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think. It's definitely an unusual thing that they're doing. Obviously, they're trying to push spending. Okay, that's what's going down. We're not going to try and hide behind it. A midweek 2 times and a 10 times on, you know, a desired champ is obviously built around pushing spending, right? So let's not hide behind that. But I think they're going to achieve what they wanted to achieve because I think a lot of people will try and get him. I do. I think he's pretty damn up there in the crazy town sort of level of strength right now. I did a video talking about strength for champs and stuff yesterday and how it's kind of like a fundamental problem right now. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know. Is this something you're going to get drawn into or not? Anyway, I'll see you soon.